Hello everyone, I'm AyeforScotland and we are back on Let's Plays after quite a long hiatus. April was a super busy month for me and I released kind of two games. I'd been working on two games, Star Vaders and The Horror at Hyrule. You should check them out. But yeah, we're getting back into the world of Let's Plays and I thought I'd start with the Roottrees Are Dead. I've had this in my Steam library and I've deliberately not played it, not streamed it, nothing like that. I've been waiting for the Let's Plays to kind of get back in business. So we're going to jump into that today. I'm going to make myself small and we will start by actually reading what's on the main menu here. The Butler County Times gives us a wee bit of information about the Roottrees, who are dead. What happened? The plane crashed last night near Pittsburgh. The only passengers were Carl Rootree, his wife Brenda, and their three daughters known as the Rootree sisters. Carl Rootree was the president of the Rootree Candy Company, and it's not clear who will succeed him. So far, local police are not sure what caused the crash. They're calling it one of the most deadly plane crashes in Pennsylvania's history. All passengers and crew perished. Pittsburgh is generally known for pleasant flying conditions and the weather was not atypical for this time of year. We do not know much about this time, but our sources tell us that local authorities do not suspect terrorism. The crash did not cause any local property damage and fortunately nobody outside the plane was hurt. Funeral plans have not been announced, but you can be sure that the Butler County Times will cover it to the best of our abilities. A spokesperson for the company has asked that people respect the families whatever. And we've got the Roottrees there and we've got a crash site. So we've got the Roottrees Are Dead, and then there's another mystery called Rootree Mania, which will unlock after we finish it. I'm not sure if that's DLC I need to buy, or whether it might just be a continuation, but we're going to jump in. I already like the loading screen and the cursor, that's fun. Very retro. December 6th, 1998.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Rootree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Rootree and his daughters, the Rootree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers.
I was going to say, how old are they?
Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Imagine if that was how it was like said in news normally. Wild. Oh my god, what the fuck?
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news.
Yes.
In addition to dealing with the grief, the Rootree company's lawyers are scrambling.
Okay.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer.
Okay.
I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees.
Yes.
A genealogy genie, as it were.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Okay. Complete the family tree of the Rootree sisters. Siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. Examine the evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Sleuth. Sleuth we shall. Okay, so one of the sisters, the oldest sister, is married. I'm guessing I can click here. Is this the evidence? The person who hired you gave this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Rootree Sisters Got Milk ad. I've tracked in a test photo from before they painted the fake moustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad copy reads, "You might recognise our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognise our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Rootree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why calcium found in milk is so important. Plus you can't make chocolate without it." Okay. Doesn't really give me much to go on there. They're all blonde, earrings, one's wearing the outfit from Clueless. Cool. No, that's not Clueless. What's the other one? Fuck. I don't know. The list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. Holy shit. Okay, so... women... possible names. So they are a candy company, the Roottrees, and there is someone called Candy. Candy, Carly, Gwendolyn, Gwyn, Christina, Lauren, Margaret, November, Raina, Riley, Samantha, and Tessa. Holy shit, that is a lot. Okay. Internet. Welcome text. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56k modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end colour laser printer or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new history feature. Happy surfing. Remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are inedible, do not eat your computer. Thanks. Oh my god, they've got the dial-up tone and everything. Amazing. Okay, I guess we're spider searching. You can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Sorry, this text can't be highlighted. Well, fuck, fine then. Okay, let's go with Candy Rootree. Did I mean Rootree? I did mean Rootree. No, nothing on individuals. That's interesting. So that's my home. This is my notes. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information. Cool, so we can like add pages and type notes. That's good. Oh no, okay, so Rubber Duck is the hints. We've got a music player, which is kind of neat. And we've got settings, which is also good. Okay, so let us start with... maybe the Got Milk ad? We can maybe search that. Got Milk is a series of advertisements for milk funded by dairy farms. Maybe it's just Rootree. First few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, countless advertisements and conversations. Most articles mention Carl Rootree, so let's go with Carl Rootree. Carl Rootree died in the plane crash along with his wife Brenda and their daughters. He was the president of Rootree Candy Company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. According to news sites, the Rootree Candy Company plans to put out a... So let's go with Root. Let's spider search that. Root Clothing Company? Oh, come on. Root, the period is part of the name. It's a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: you've spied the Rootree sisters looking hella fly on catalogues, magazines and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose or Raina. Gotcha. So we've got Riley, Rose, Raina. You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogues. Apparently Root has released 2 catalogues per year every year since 1984. Raina appeared on almost all of them. There is only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Rootree, the Rootree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time our daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottrees. Okay. So Rose is actually Carly. Raina and Riley are... Okay, so I can edit notes and delete notes, that's fun. So... Okay. Raina's appeared in almost all of them, so... Yeah, we're going Raina... Yeah, Raina, Carly, and Riley. I think that sounds like the order. Raina, Carly, Riley. I think that's the order. So if we now can we look up, like, if I go Raina Roottrees, a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modelling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottrees fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text, hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. Okay, let's get the notes out. So, Raina marries TMS. Riley's the smartest one, Rose is the middle child. So okay, we've got the order right. We also think they're rich because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company and their mum Brenda's a fashion designer. They do the modelling for our brand Roots. So are they all just models then? I eat Roottrees candy all the time. My favourite are maple crisps and try to dress in plaid root clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Okay, someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Ah, nice. So, where is my... The got milk had, close the notes. Is there a way to like half this screen? No. Copy that and paste it into our notes. And then we can look up this. I'm not sure, do we need to... Oh yeah, we can actually select it. To get started, click on Faces on your Evidence tab. Ah, okay, cool. Gotcha. So, popping up our notes. Ears pierced like Rose. Rose is... Carly. So we've got her there. Riley's the youngest and is that one, which makes her this one. Okay. And they're all... Are they all models? Fuck yeah. Oh, I like this. This is good. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Lovely. You've also locked the following optional entries. I mean, I wanted to... I know... Fuck, I was going to put TMS in. There must be a name.
But I had to be sure you could use the internet.
I hope I get to revisit that. I didn't know that was going to lock me.
Safe to say, you're hired. The reward for...
Reward for entirely family is substantial, life-changing. Here's the catch.
Go way back. Family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm a genealogy master.
About whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional. but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly,
Okay.
you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of
Ooh,
notable
unique websites.
Notable people are easy to find via your search engine and marked with stars on the family tree.
Cool.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottrees had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Sure. Oh, fucking Jesus.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
Okay. Okay, so now I do get to fill folk in. That's fine. Okay, so we've got notable Roottrees that are marked with stars. Sleuth. Okay, right, so TMS. Let's have a look at names. Are these like the only names I have access to? Potentially Thomas Sheridan, but I don't know for sure, so that could be... Okay. Let's have a look at our evidence. Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6th, 1998. This is just the story so far. Got you. Quick test. Notable Roottrees. That's fine. Notable Roottrees. We have Elias and Gwyneth Rootree, Gwyn Rootree, Red Rootree, Jim Rootree, Lauren Rootree, and Miracle Jr. They're very easy to find online. Let's not highlight everything. Let's grab Elias and Gwyneth and spider search. Searching for Elias or... Okay, 1987. Modern technology has its limits. I need to look them up individually. Okay, let's have a look at Elias. Elias Rootree was the founder and first president. Okay, so we can... Elias... Okay, we don't have any portraits. But we do know that this is Elias. And we do know that this is Gwyneth. Ah, but which Gwyneth? Interesting. Okay. Let's search up Gwyneth Rootree. You find some information on the website for the first Anderson maple farm. There are a few photos including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. Photo was added to your evidence. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Rootree was Gwyneth Anderson. Okay, that was straightforward. She has no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson maple farm so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavours. This led to 5 pieces, which are still found in stores to this day. Though the Rootree Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off the many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Okay, pretty slick. Let's go. We've got Gwyneth Anderson. Perfect. And it's a bit... so I would guess housewife and so director, founder, president, first president arguably. Once you verify this person, you'll be able to add bonus photos. Okay. Got strawberry, chocolate, blue raspberry. To be honest, this sounds pretty good. Intuition. You've been in this line of work a long time, so long in fact you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The number and the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells, a list of famous people that you can find via search engine. It's pretty rare to get something that useful, best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change, whether you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list, old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. There's 5 flavours because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why kids still love him. Okay. Got these good looking folks. Famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Rootree. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Rootree Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you found searching the internet, it seems quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. They are notable Roottrees and they'll be marked with a star. That's fine. Cool. Gwyneth and Elias. I think I'm gonna double check Elias Rootree in the thing because I don't know if, like, I think he was the first president, but I don't know if he's like marked as a founder or something. The founder and first president. Cool. That's fine. It's fine. We're good. Oh, we've also got public library. Interesting. Periodicals. Oh no. Cool. Back to where we're going. So they had 5 kids. You'd think there'd be a list of the 5 kids maybe somewhere. 5 pieces. Marrying his wife, family man. He's quoted on the site as saying blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy. Ethnic nationalist Elias Rootree. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Rootree Legacy. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there is a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Okay, let's grab this and search periodicals. What am I... Oh, fucking hell. No, wait, it's a public library I should probably be looking at. Yeah, there we go. Bollocks. What was the author name? Family Man, The Rootree Legacy. Let's go with that. Does it tell me that... Bess Williams. It's impossible to find a copy of the book these days. Okay. Sorry, can I Control C here? Am I being really dumb? Oh no, it does work. Nice. There's no downloadable version because the book's impossible to find. I'm guessing it's because this would solve the whole thing. Okay, never mind then. We will have a look elsewhere. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree's been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. Okay. Jeez, there's quite a lot of folk. I feel like... Okay, so... Who... I mean, it must be Carl Rootree, right? So... Okay, we'll do that. And he'll be, what, the first president, second president, third president, fourth president? Yeah. Let's have a look. So we'll go spider search, we'll go with Carl Rootree. He was the president of Candy Company. Yep. Married to Brenda. Watchman of the Year. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on company CEOs and the economy. They've been around for over 100 years. Calls Watchman of the Year. Prominent. It's an award to a prominent businessman. Find a few searches. Elias Rootree and Carl Rootree. Okay, so we can maybe look at periodicals. Business Watch. Elias Rootree we'll have a look at first. Notes from the article and a scan someone made of the cover has been added in here. Oh, nice. Carl Rootree now. Cover and summary of the article has been added to your evidence. Let's go back to the evidence. So that... Okay, I don't know why we'd still need that. This magazine said he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognise the global rollout of 5 pieces. It said Elias forms the Rootree Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm during the period before 5 pieces. The company's barely profitable. Elias has a daughter first, the first of 5 children. 4 more to follow, leading to the invention of 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavours is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children. Oh. Okay. 5 pieces are first sold in some Pittsburgh markets. Rolled out to New England. Okay, new recipe and flavours finalised. Candy begins nationwide distribution. Purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania. Help of his son Elias Rootree Jr.'s architecture firm. New industrialised factory and warehouse are built. Okay, so we know that Elias Jr. is one of them. Okay, what's next? Claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy. Remains a family business. He plans to do this something called the Clanst Trust. Oh god, I'm gonna I should be taking notes, fuck. Shit, go back. No, periodicals, fuck. Sorry, back to evidence. Okay, so we've got... Where's my notes at? So, I'll keep that one, I'll keep that one. I will remove this one because it's not one I need. Okay, so... 5 pieces, initials after each kid. Cool. Elias, first born daughter, then 4 others. One is called Elias Jr. Architecture firm. You'll find that all of my notes will be completely fucking sporadic and mean nothing. So we'll keep going. And that was 1936 that they won that. So we've also got Carl Rootree grabs life by the roots. That's 1987. Carl Rootree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987. A photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is the magazine for and about corporate leaders and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Rootree Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. Brief history. They married. Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother, looking for a creative outlet. She spent any free time she had with the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Rootree. Okay, let's... Carl's cousin, Jim Rootree, a notable singer, who had a young daughter around the same age as Raina. Word spread. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, fucking Jesus. Okay. Carl's second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Rootree at that time. So maybe the 5th president of Rootree? Or maybe Carl Rootree isn't? No. Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who'd just become president of Rootree at the time, spearheaded Root. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. Funny that. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalogue's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Okay. So, going back here, we've got Brenda White. And we're going to shove Carol in here. Now, where... I like baby as a role. I mean, he's a CEO, but he's not the 5th president, is he? You would think 1st president, 2nd president, 3rd president, 4th. Why would I need 2 photos of Elias? It's a bit odd. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, name, occupation and portrait, they'll be locked in. I mean, I would have thought that would be 3 right there. Unless have I got the presidency wrong? He's not the 5th president. He is the 5th president. Why is he the 5th president? Because he was the president when he died. So he became the president after. Oh, we also got Thomas Sheridan, right. Nice. That works. I forgot that I'd left him there. Okay, so I'm gonna take a stab at... Where's my notes? I think the one over here is Jim Rootree. But there isn't a Jim in the thing. So it must be James Rootree, which I am going to look up on this. Let's go with James Rootree. He's a singer in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. What a fantastic name. Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays the guitar and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they're known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse. He hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Guessing she died? Cherry Tree song? Fuck's sake. Okay, we're gonna have to look up Diamond LaRue. Oh, it's the same article. Okay. That's amazing. Rolling On Down to the City. Rolling On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirises how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay any attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of it play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you never heard of it before now. The image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It's a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Rootree can make disco this sweet." It's credited to Peter Janowitz from MMM. Music and lyrics by Jim Rootree, vocals by Jim Rootree and Diamond LaRoe. Jim Rootree is on the notable Rootrees list in your evidence. He'll be marked with a star. The lyrics of the song contain no clues. I like this, just saying that. We can look at it if we want. Rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city. Saturday night and you're quite a sight. The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right. Making ends meet to pay rent and eat. We can't afford gas, so we skate in the street. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city. Banger. On wheels we glide with you by my side. Inflation is rising, but so is our pride. Pick our own fate, make love not hate. They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate. Fucking Jesus. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city. Politicians at large are all hopeless. The bankers in charge are all clowns. But parties still better than protests, so signs up while we boogie down, 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 down. Guys all rush to see them pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city. Okay, great. So, evidence board wise, I think that's that. And he will be a songwriter. Okay, what now? Artist? Are they counting that? I'm guessing an artist? An artiste. Ah, once you identify this person, you can add bonus photos. Got you. Ah, that's what that is. Okay. So we've got there's notable Roottrees, and I'm wondering whether we base it round them first. Oh no, family split up. Okay. Back to the websites. Diamonds Dazzlers, if that was maybe there's a fan site or something. Yay, printing wolf JPEG. Diamond Dazzler is the name of the official fan club for Jim and Diamond. You find a forum post called Cool Things You Got in the Mail on a random forum about video games. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out a Christmas card every year to Diamond's Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures, as well as some history about the fan club. Apparently, even though it is no longer available to join, Jim and Diamond still honour it themselves personally. There is a fierce debate in the subsequent posts about whether that's cool or pathetic. Amongst the pictures of Christmas cards from over the years, only one is relevant. The card from 1996 includes pictures of Jim and Diamond's young son Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. That's definitely a name. Floozies are an all-female punk band operating out of New York City. They're mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier this year. Apparently they were the opening act for the band the reviewer actually came to see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual, not because of the music, which she described as loud, fast and repetitive, but not in a good way. The trio was extremely cagey about their identities. The reviewer asked the venue who they were, and she was told they were rumoured to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. The reviewer also mentioned that for an underground and unknown band with absolutely no following, their equipment was all extremely expensive, and not only were they selling CDs, but they only cost $1. They probably were losing a fortune. The reviewer said, although she bought a copy, she would be unlikely to listen to any of it again except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. There is no picture of the Floozies performing live, but the cover from the CD they were selling, Conquistadore, has been added to your evidence. Is that a periodical that I'm looking for here? No, because that's magazines and newspapers. Public library, that's going to be books. So maybe I need to look up Beef Baby. If I can highlight it. Thank you. Beef Baby is a song by the Floozies. Can't actually find anything else about it anywhere, but with a name like that, it's hard not to speculate on the subject matter, isn't it? Could it be a euphemism or about a newborn cow? Perhaps the Floozies are holding a grudge against the toddler. Certainly piques your curiosity if only you had the time or resources to look further into it. Okay. So back to the Floozies, and then they have Conquistadore as well. We might as well look that up. And that's the only mention of it. Okay, to the evidence. So we've got that. The credits on the cover say Candy, Nikki and Nina, who are all children of notable people. And guitars and vocals is Candy. But who's Candy? There is a Candy Rootree, so maybe that's the daughter, because there's Wolf as well, isn't there? Found a picture of a Christmas card from Jim, so Wolf listening to his parents' music. Ooh. Okay. So now, is that siblings are in birth order? I'm guessing that applies to everything. Gonna go with that. There's Wolf, who is there musician? There's media mogul. There is musician. Maybe he's a musician then. Where are we? And then we've got maybe her. I'll have a look here. I think also musician, but maybe those are swapped. I wonder if there's a quick way to swap these. I don't think there is. Fuck. Oh no, okay, so it only gives possible, so it is that, right? But that means I've got that bit wrong. Rootree, James Rootree. I am well aware that I'm not taking enough notes, but... Rolling on down to the city, Diamonds Dazzlers... An album by Jim and Diamond released in 1989. You can't even find a picture of the cover. It doesn't appear to have been very successful. Some basic liner notes exist on Jim Rootree fan page. Can I just look up a Jim Rootree fan page? Nope. Okay, we go back to maybe Diamond's Dazzlers. His daughter's band, the Floozies. So we know... So who's Nina and Nikki? Let's have a look at this. It would have to be Candy. Which is a bit odd, because I would have thought that would have been 3 there. Because Wolf Rootree... We've not really looked up Wolf Rootree, have we? Huh. Was there... Fuck. Was there not something about Wolf also being a musician? Or am I talking shite? Nah. So okay, we can look up Wolf Rootree. keep on forgetting that once I've found something, I can go and look at my evidence board. So let's go. Oh, that just zooms in. We are going for Carl Rootree. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. had a young daughter around the same age as Raina. Jim Rootree. Where am I getting that Wolf was a singer? I swear I had one. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Okay. Nice. Diamond LaRue. We did search her and she was, yeah, that's just the same. Why is Jim a recluse since 1996? I keep on forgetting. This is just going to pop up the same thing. Fuck. Young son Wolf. But Wolf isn't... We don't have any other periodicals. Okay, maybe I... First, let's look at the evidence again. Okay, so there's Gwyn Rootree, Red Rootree, Jim Rootree. Okay, we've been looking at Jim Rootree. There's quite a lot on this. Easy to... 27 things to find here. Good grief. Was there... Elias Jr. may... The initials are after each kid. Okay, back to the drawing board. Okay, we don't have anyone there. Wait, you know what? We can actually look up Elias Jr. Elias Rootree Jr.'s name is listed on a website about historical buildings in Butler County, listed alongside an old residence that's been preserved called Hunchetop House. Okay, let's go that route. Fuck. Huh. So I can't even look up the house. That does not help anything. Okay, back to the drawing board. Okay, so we know that the stars are... Maybe we just look up the names of the... Like, who's Red Rootree? Aloysius Herring Rootree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was an ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people consider the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people, for fuck's sake. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Rootree Candy Company in a newspaper ad. Came out the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. So he's not even... Is he not even part of this then? Unless he's like... Unless it was a scheme. Don't know what this box is for. Okay, let's... it's a red herring. Ha 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 ha. It trains you in being... Okay, that's... Yeah. That was good. Okay, so no, that actually gives me a good thing to go off. So Gwyn Rootree. Let's find out who the hell Gwyn Rootree is. Let's go to here and Gwyn. Did I just spell that wrong? I didn't think I did. I did. Like a tool. There we go. Find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site's not very well organised, the search is broken, you can get individual pages from your search engine. Gwyn Rootree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicised divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Rootree, the founder of Rootree Candy? She shouldn't have been named Rootree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Interesting. Let's have a look at Guys Like Us. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life till one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues. Starring Gwyn Rootree, Leslie Florence and Harrison Lane. Titles are play on words. It can be read that the two women are men similar to other men or that men are fond of them. Haha. Okay, next up, Christmas Mission. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I released in 1955, received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwyn Rootree had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. You find no additional relevant information. The movie was marketed as an incredible true story. No record of the events happening has ever been found. Okay, so that gives us a little bit to go off. Gwyn had a big split. She was the granddaughter. I think this is Gwyn over here. And she was an actor. And I need to look at the evidence. Holy fuck. Not bad. So I think that's her. I'm a little bit concerned that nothing's getting locked in here. Unless it's... I mean, these are all blood relatives. That should be a winner as far as I'm concerned. Unless is there another split down here somewhere? I mean, she is the granddaughter rather than the great-granddaughter, so that's the only other split at that level. Okay, back to the drawing board. Gwyn Rootree often appeared in tabloids. The only problem is I don't know what the, let's see. Tabloids. Nothing. And I'm guessing we can't look up Gwyn Rootree. Well, we can look up Gwyn Rootree, we just can't look up the other stuff. Okay, Lauren Rootree. Let's go with that. We'll try and get a general pass at everyone. Lauren Rootree. Author Lauren Rootree, a distant relative of the Rootree sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty, to little fanfare. When her publisher learned that she'd been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Rootree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. Selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content's not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it's found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Rootree. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans referred to as the Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she's listed as retired. Okay, so we're gonna grab this first. which doesn't do jack shit. Because we actually need to look at it from a life between wars. We're going to copy that, going to jump into the public library, and then Lauren Roottrees. Seems you've hit the jackpot here. This is a book occasionally taught in schools, being a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. Summary of the contents of the book, photos, as well as particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added into evidence. Yes. Holy shit, we've just got so many hits. That's good. Next up, let's Romance in Court. I wonder if there's anything to be said about this. Upon misspelling Roottrees. One of her brother Clancy's. Okay, so let's get my notes out. My very thin notes. Lauren Roottrees from one of her brother Clancy's. She also has a married name, which I've forgotten about. Okay. Was it Finlay was her name? Rafferty. No. Why did I do Finlay? Okay. Might as well have a look at some of the evidence that we've got here, because that's going to be good. So the below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottrees' diary pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottrees is one of the notable Roottrees list, and your evidence shall be marked on the sharp the star. The book was published in 1965, consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event, though, that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son Clark alone. Lauren never remarried, only had one child. So, let's go. We've got husband, Jacob, son, Clark. So would that be Clark Rafferty or Clark Roottrees? So this left her to raise her son Clark alone. Skimming the pages, she's granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Okay, so dad was a Roottrees. Mum was a Cressell. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clance Trust. Okay. Mum was a Cassell. It's clear from the context Roottrees have internal shorthand names for different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. The Five Pieces, the Next Generation, and the Free Spirits. Jesus. Okay, I can come back to that. Oh shit, there's like tabs. Oh fuck, okay. An entry entitled Complaints for... You know what? I'm gonna find her on this board. Don't forget, family trees use surnames from birth, even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Yeah, cool. That works. Now the weird thing is it's not going to track that... It's not going to track that her husband died, is the thing. But she is notable. And she only had one son. Let's look up Clark. Fuck. Okay, back to this. This entry seems to focus specifically on one of Lauren's family members, Gwyn, who is on the notable Roottrees list. Seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwyn, as an only child, complained of loneliness. Told her that being expected to watch after three brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. Oh, okay, so... yeah, that's Lauren there. And she was an author. And this is Jacob Rafferty, who is this person, and she's this person. Fuck yeah. Oh, I love this. This is so good. There needs to be, I've said this before, there needs to be a million games like this. I will play them all. Fuck yeah. So I got James right, I got Lauren right, I got Gwyn right, and we got LaRue and everything filled in as well. Fuck yes. Oh, she's returned.
I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Convenient.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Oh, nice.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Oh. Okay, I'm aware that I could probably play this in one sitting, but for the purpose of YouTube, I will wrap it up there, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. We're definitely continuing with this, probably in the next 5 minutes. Catch you in a bit, folks. Bye-bye.